We're good?
Yep. Red light's on, so...
Red light is good.
You are now listening to LauerRoadRadio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Ha! Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
LauerRadio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
LauerRadio.
Let's get it. What?
At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-hosts, as always, Jason. How you doing today?
Not good.
Not good, I know. You were all...
I cussed before the show.
You were kerfuffled. You were just all messed up.
I dropped a 4-letter word. I hadn't done that in a long time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I dropped my can of pop.
Came real natural to you. Yeah, I was worried when you were opening that. I was like, that close to the soundboard, and you're opening it because it hit the ground hard about, I don't know, 5 minutes ago.
Put a dent there and a dent up there.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to you. So we went to Amish country today.
Today you do.
Today is our 20-year anniversary.
Right. Because nothing says romance quite like refusal to use electricity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we go up there. We go shopping. A lot of retail type of stuff.
Did you get some cheese?
We did not.
Did you get any pies?
No. Her big thing is she likes the fabric. And there's tons of quilting.
Did you get some fabrics?
She got fabrics.
Okay.
We went to fabric places.
You're the consummate romantic. All right.
Hey, whatever she wants.
Hey, that's fine. Yeah.
That's what she wanted.
She wants fabric. She's going to get fabric.
I wanted to go to the casino.
Is there a casino in Amish country?
No.
Oh, okay.
Toledo, Columbus. I wanted to go to the casino.
The casino in Amish country would be like Plinko or something, like all
I would
things that don't require electricity.
The dice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would totally
just
do
a
that.
guy, and you just guess the card.
Uh-huh.
You know, you'd be like King of
Spades.
Diamonds.
Oh.
You know, okay, another $5. You know,
I would do that.
yeah. I mean, honestly, now that we're talking about it,
Amish casino
no
sounds
like not a bad idea. Yeah,
yeah, we should do that.
It's just games of
honestly,
chance
because they're like they get to do whatever they want anyways. There should be no government interference.
Craps doesn't require electricity, right?
I don't think
so. Or
so.
the spinning. What's the spinning thing? Roulette. That doesn't require electricity.
I bet the Amish have something against gambling.
I mean, they have something against themselves gambling.
Oh, but not working it.
Yeah, but you gambling, it's
Yeah.
the same thing with, they don't have a problem like with someone giving them a ride in their car.
It's so bizarre. I saw an legit Amish person mowing a yard today with a lawnmower.
A real lawnmower.
Mm-hmm. But the way my wife works in Amish country.
Mm-hmm.
And she explained that if they don't own the tool...
Right. Yes.
That they can
borrow
use the
it.
tool.
Uh-huh.
So they can borrow a tool or use, like if you hire me to come roof your house, I use your tools to roof your house.
Right.
There's ways around all this
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But I bought this hat there. It was really exciting.
Yeah.
You like it?
Any buyer's remorse at all?
I love it. We're going to Cedar Point on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
I'm wearing it.
You're still want to put sunscreen on that head there because there's some holes going in.
Yeah, it's vent holes.
Yeah, I understand the vent, but I'm just saying the sun's going to get there too. You're going to have a weird sunburn.
Let me just, before we go any further, I've got a little beef with Tricky.
Okay.
So, friend of the show, Tricky. His son, let's not call him out by name.
Ethan or Tristan?
Ethan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not call him out by name. Oh, let's not say.
Yeah. Oh, wait. By the way, Jesse's here.
Yeah, Jesse's here, and he's the new producer.
Yeah. So
he's
Stella's
already done. I mean, Stella's already better than him. Like,
yeah. Do you want to tell your Sean story? I mean, we're kind of three pages.
My brother-in-law Sean, who lives in Montana, and I just recently came from. I was talking to him before the first show that Jesse hosted with you.
Yeah.
And we had made some mention that Jesse was going to fill in or something like that. I don't remember. And Sean goes, "Who's this Jesse kid that you guys are talking about?" And I was like, "Well, he's going to host the show with Jason while I'm gone." And he goes, "How old is he?" And I was like, "I don't know. He's like 20s, like almost 30, something late 20s. I don't know, something like that." He goes, "The way you guys talking about it, I thought he was like 10 years old."
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that checks out. But no, he's like an adult with kids and stuff. So, yeah. I mean, he wears more Looney Tunes clothing than most 10-year-olds. But,
yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. Sean wasn't trying to be funny.
No, he legitimately thought Jesse had to be like 10. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, not far off.
I mean, it would have been at least as interesting if I were 10.
Yeah.
It's a wash. It's all the same. So, Tricky.
Yes.
His son, Ethan.
Uh-huh.
Somehow, him and Harrison were talking.
Uh-huh.
They have each other's phone numbers. They were texting. And Harrison comes to me, and he says, hey, Dad, can I go to Cedar Point with Ethan?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. Like, what day?
Yeah.
He's like, well, like Friday or Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Like, well, you have school on Friday. So, I mean, if you want to go Saturday, that's fine.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, great. So he texts Ethan back. And a couple hours later, he comes down. He's like, so would it be okay if Ethan, like, rode with us? I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ride with him. I said, we'll go. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go there quite a bit.
We have a pass. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't planning on going, is my point.
Right.
Right.
I think I get where this is going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you can ride with him or you can ride with us. It doesn't matter. I mean, you know. And he goes, well, I don't think his parents are going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so he invited you to go to Cedar Point.
Right.
But he's not going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he invited himself to go to Cedar Point with us.
That's a smooth move.
And we weren't going.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't.
But now you are.
Now we have to go. I feel obligated to go.
Because you already said yes.
Because Ethan invited himself to go to Cedar Point with us, and we weren't even going. And now we are.
Yeah.
So Tricky lives up
seems like
to
the Tricky has
doesn't fall far from the tree.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So,
that's a good move on his part.
Good job,
out.
Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Did you get your 7 meals?
Well, not yet. I mean, we're
you're
going
not.
this Saturday.
You're going this Saturday.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even planning on going. That's the whole point.
I think it's though safe to assume that you go every Saturday. Like from his standpoint,
we go often.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
But
you're
the
there
question
more than
is,
you're not.
I think he tricked Harrison because Harrison wasn't. When Harrison came to me, Harrison thought he was going to ride with him.
Right.
Like they're going.
Right.
Can I go with him?
And fine. Another kid out of my house? Yeah, check, please.
Got rid of Stella.
Yeah.
Got rid of Harrison.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Gideon has a soccer,
Yeah.
so I'm down to 2 little ones, and I don't even know they're there.
No.
So, yeah, this is great. So, anyways, it's
So you're going to Cedar Point.
Going to Cedar Point.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was tough. So back to the Stella thing really quick. I don't expect her to watch because she never watched when she was actually here.
She shouldn't.
So I'm just going to tell a story that I'm preparing you, or perhaps Erica, because Levi's going to be gone probably a year from now. Maybe sooner.
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
So we loaded her up. She's going to college. Loaded up the van.
Your mom goes to college.
Her mom does go to college.
Oh, well,
yeah,
it works out.
And that checks out. So we drive her. We get her all loaded up. She's got her roommates. Everything's fine. Everything's good.
Right.
We held back the tears. Everything's great.
Yeah,
everything's
great.
Inside, I'm emotionally
These are all
dying.
good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's doing what she needs to do as an adult, a young adult. And we held back the tears. There was no crying.
Yeah.
We drive home. We stop. We eat dinner. We get to the house.
Okay.
And I told the kids, the boys, I said, listen, I'll buy you guys pizza, and we'll either celebrate that Stella's,
Yeah.
And Teddy's like, well, we'll kind of be sad. Or Gideon's like, we'll kind of be sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we'll be sad and we'll celebrate. And Teddy's like, maybe a little bit of both. I'm like, that's pretty good. Yeah. It'll be a little bit of both. We're sad, but we're also celebrating. So I order pizza. We have it delivered to the house. I'll pay the extra $2.50
for delivery.
Psh.
Where's it coming from? Papa John's?
I think we ordered Little Caesars. No,
does Little
Papa
Caesars
John.
even deliver?
No, actually, it's the third party.
Oh, it's like Uber or whatever.
Uber Eats. Or
I've never done that.
It's okay.
Okay.
Whatever. Stella had McDonald's delivered to the house.
That's ridiculous.
I won't stand for that. Anyway, I don't remember. We got pizza. It was delivered to the house.
Jesse, it's called professionalism.
Sorry.
10 years old. Might as well have Gideon up here. So we're delivering.
Okay.
I get the pizza.
All right.
Teddy, go upstairs, get your brothers.
Oh, yeah.
He goes upstairs, comes downstairs. All the boys are there.
Yeah.
I start handing out the pizza.
Uh-huh.
And Teddy goes, oh, I forgot to get Stella.
Oh,
and that comment was
that little.
That was it.
Yeah.
Now he wasn't trying to be.
He just was. This
He
just
honestly
what you
thought,
do.
"Oh, I forgot to get Estelle." Like, nope, she's not here anymore.
Nope.
She's gone. That comment was like a kick to the nuts.
Well, I will
It was
say
bad. It was really, really
from
bad.
our standpoint, Erica started crying about Levi going away about 3 or 4 years ago. That's when it started. So, right now, I mean, I couldn't even count how many times she's cried about it.
Yeah.
So
you're going to have a rough time.
So I'll do okay.
I mean, your family unit.
Yeah, Erica's going to be a wreck.
Yeah.
The girls will be fine. They got no problem with that. Levi, it'll work out for him, But, Erica's going to be a mess for sure.
I think Harrison's ready to move out. He saw Stella move out. He's like, this is
No,
good.
yeah, he's for sure ready
Well,
to
he's a
move
freshman in high school. But I would trust him like maybe now.
I trust him more than a lot of 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
And he's 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hard one for us is going to be Abby.
Yes.
When Abby's gone
Yeah.
and then we're just left to ourselves, that's when I'm going to have to make sure Erica doesn't come home with some little dog or something one day, And I'm going to have to be strong,
Yeah.
So.
No, you're going to have a little dog.
No, we are not
No,
going to
you're-
have.
you're gonna have
Boomer
a little
is
dog.
our last dog.
Nope.
We're not going to have another dog.
No.
That's it.
But you said if we got the house, we could.
But we got the I've had this conversation with her so many times.
Yeah.
And I've told her, right now, you see that we can't get another dog, right? She's like, yeah, I don't want another dog ever. But you also admit that there's going to come a day when you're going to want one because there's not going to be any kids there.
Right.
Yes, I admit that. So on that day, I will be the strong one.
Yeah.
And and yes, I need you to be strong so we don't get a dog. So I'm prepared. I mean,
You
we've
need
had
to
this
videotape
conversation.
Like
multiple
videotape that
times.
conversation.
I bring it up every once in a while. Just a reminder, we're not going to get we're not going to get another dog.
Yeah.
But you're going to want one, right? Yeah, I know I'm going to want one. But we're not going to get one.
No, you're going to get one.
That's not going to happen.
100%.
I'm going to put my
100%.
For once in my life, I'm going to put my foot down.
Nope.
That's probably not going to happen.
You're going to have a dog. And I'm going to laugh. It's going to be fun. And we'll point back to this moment. And we'll laugh about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you got?
Well, my daughter Abby told me about the story that she read, or I don't know, somebody had posted something online about this family that they were at their house and there was a tornado like in the area. So the family goes into the basement or wherever you go to, stay protected from the tornado.
Shelter.
Like,
Storm
storm basement or bathroom,
Okay.
Whatever.
When
You've
we
got
were kids, we hid under the pool table.
Yes, that was. I don't know if that in
In
hindsight,
that'd be awful.
'Cause if
that thing collapsed on you,
we'd be like just dead instantly.
pancake. Yeah.
So they're hiding wherever they're hiding, or whatever, being protected wherever they are, and they have a little 3-year-old kid, and the 3-year-old kid is freaking out, freaking out, and so they start talking about like they're trying to calm him down. Boy, everything ever since Stella left, everything's just
Studio's
completely fallen apart.
Yeah. I blame Jesse.
So yeah, it's obviously his fault. So they're there, they're doing this, and the kid's freaking out. They're trying to calm him down, and they realize while they're trying to calm him down, he thought they went into the basement to hide from a tomato. He heard tornado.
The 3-year-old?
Yes, and this 3-year-old is freaking out because he thinks we're going to hide from a tomato, which I would say is way scarier. A tomato that
Isn't there Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
A tomato that your entire family has to hide from
Yeah.
is so much scarier than any tornado ever. Like whatever the biggest tornado is that ever existed, it is not a tenth as scary as a tomato that's so vicious that your whole family has to hide from it.
I picture him like a large Kool-Aid, Mr. Kool-Aid man.
But sharp teeth.
Big tomato
you know
bust
what I mean?
in the room.
And kind of like tomato juice with seeds like oozing out
You don't
in
know
a
if
couple
it's
of different
blood or
places.
tomato.
It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It kind of like
Does he have a
bounces
knife?
a little bit. I don't know. It's like the greenery is just
this-
all kind of,
yeah.
not good. Anyway, I understand the kid freaking out because
He's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a 3-year-old, that makes total sense.
Yeah, I just thought that was really funny. And at first, you're like, oh, that's silly. That's so silly. And then the more you think about it, the more you think, boy, that actually is. It's about the scariest thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Is a giant tomato that we're all hiding from.
You have to go to the basement.
We're going to the basement to hide. So around our house right now, this tomato is like hopping around, like searching for an entry into this house.
When we were little, first of all, we grew up in the country.
Yes.
We've talked about this. There was nothing to do.
Just a good old boy.
Never meaning no harm. That's all I know.
Okay, I'm sure.
And one of the fun things we used to do is we would...
Making their way the only way they know how. Sorry.
Do you want to go ahead and finish it?
That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Sorry.
You're sick.
Uh-huh.
You have something wrong in your brain. We used to get dizzy.
Yes.
And we would spin around.
Yeah, spin until you get dizzy.
And you'd fall down.
Yeah.
And you had this impression
that I had come up with this entire scenario. I remember I must have been 4 because we lived in Prospect at the time when I had this thought.
Yeah, that's back in the days where you would dance naked in the street. Mm-hmm. And,
Hey.
Yeah. Cars were honking.
Yeah, they were.
Throwing stuff out the window.
Money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Mom come out and whooped you.
Yeah, she did. But she should have whipped you.
Yeah, it was a great time.
So I was a very imaginative kid.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I had worked up the scenario because I guess I couldn't explain why everything got super
still
kind of
moving, and you're still.
Yeah, I'm still, but everything else is still moving.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't understand the science behind it. So I had worked up this still can't. Still I had worked up the scenario in my head. The only explanation that I could come up with is that underneath our house existed these very strong monster men type people.
Almost like Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk is a good, probably that would be my frame of reference. Kind of a bunch of Incredible Hulks that kind of lived underneath our house.
Yeah.
And then whenever you got dizzy, they would stand up and they would spin the house around.
Yeah.
They'd hold the house up and they'd spin the house around a few times until whatever.
And you believe that.
I actually thought that's what happened when I was like 4 years old. I don't know where I came up with that.
Until you're like 7 or 8.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently they moved with us when we moved houses.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I just assumed they lived at every house.
Oh, I got it.
Because it happened at other... I was, at a cousin's house or grandparents' house.
Did we ever get dizzy outside?
I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure we did because we didn't have Wi-Fi. You know what I mean?
There was no internet, no nothing.
Recently we've moved into like a new apartment.
Yeah.
It's a loft, Jesse. You wouldn't understand. But we've recently moved into this new place, and for a while the Wi-Fi was down.
Yeah.
And my kids, like every 10 minutes, have you learned do you know anything about the Wi-Fi? When's it going to come back? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, this next generation, they can't function without. They can't go 5 minutes without it. You know. So anyway, but when we were kids, we just got dizzy. Is what we did. That was hours of entertainment.
It really was.
Getting dizzy.
Yeah, we would dizzy ourselves, and then we would dizzy other people.
Yeah.
And there's variations of that.
Yeah.
Like dizzy bat. You hold the bat and you spin around.
I'm a big fan of dizzy bat.
Or you look up in the air and you spin around. Mm-hmm. And or you hold hands and you go in a circle and you spin around. We did all of that.
Ring around the rosy.
We did all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Dizzy was a fun thing.
Still is. But now that we have Wi-Fi.
I think I would puke.
Oh, I can't. Thinking about it makes me a little sick to my stomach. And I'm not exaggerating. I just got a little like lightheaded weird just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I watch the pirate ship.
Oh, yeah.
And I get sick. That's me.
Yeah. I'm the same. I go to Cedar Point and Kings Island. I can't do the rides.
Well, that's partially because you're have like 9 meals of greasy food in you. It might not have anything
with
to do
or without
the
the food. I'm going to throw up. So last time we were at Cedar Point, I was going to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Stella witnessed something that made us all laugh. There was a large man who was getting a Coke, and he has one of the giant souvenir bottles.
Yeah,
right.
We assumed that when you said large man. I mean, he wasn't getting a small.
No,
you know.
Large man, large Coke. Mm-hmm. It's probably not his first of the day.
They don't even smell. They probably don't even sell small Cokes anymore. Do they
actually have small cups for like $5.
Uh-huh.
But they get you because you could buy the all day one for $13.
Why would you not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're going to have one, get the all day.
There's I know you're not a Parks and Rec guy, but there's a great episode where they're trying to get the local, it's called the Paunch Burger, to be more honest with their pop sizes.
Yeah.
And they have, the small is like this big, and then there's a medium that's like this big, and then they have the child size, but the child size is literally the size of a child when they say child size. So anyway,
that's
continue.
pretty funny.
Yeah, it's very
By
funny.
the way, let me Burger King.
Uh-huh.
They do not have a large milkshake.
Was it like king size or something?
Well, it wasn't that long ago. If you ordered a large milkshake at Burger King, you got it in a large cup.
Yeah.
Now, if you order a large milkshake, they give it to you in a little clear cup.
Because that's a large milkshake.
That's a large milkshake.
It's not
it used
large.
to be the same size as the cup.
Well, I'd assume that much milkshake costs more than that much Coke.
But here's just say what it is. That's a medium milkshake.
Okay.
Or a small milkshake at that.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be the same size as the cup. It bothers me.
Maybe you
Anyways.
should stop ordering milkshakes.
I love milkshakes, especially this time of year.
I could leave her take a milkshake. It's
Steak and Shake has a mint Oreo milkshake.
I mean, I like a mint.
Pretty good.
If I'm gonna get a shake, I like a strawberry shake. If I'm gonna get a shake, I'm a strawberry.
Steak and Shake strawberry shake. It's got real strawberries in it.
I know.
So Stella witnesses this very large man.
Yes.
With
Giant
the
Coke.
souvenir cup, the large souvenir cup, and it's a fountain drink where you can, hit whatever you want.
Sure.
And he goes up and he fills up his large cup with 90% Coke.
Okay.
And then goes over here and tops it off 10% Diet Coke.
I mean, before you said that, I was working in my brain. What would be the weird Dr. Pepper? I could see that. Mountain Dew. I mean, I don't know, a little kick of lemon lime.
Yeah.
Orange. I mean, I'm working through all the scenarios.
The Diet Coke.
That's the one that did not even enter my head.
Yeah.
Lemonade would make a little sense.
Just
maybe.
anything,
Yeah,
honestly. Anything.
Yeah, Gatorade.
So in his mind, he knows he's fat. He knows he's large, which is why he's tapping that.
Do you think most fat people know they're fat?
Jesse?
What?
Yes, absolutely.
You set that up.
Yeah.
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 That's pretty good.
So you say most fat
that's it.
people know they're fat.
Yeah. We look in the mirror.
Mutual friend of ours, when we had our weight loss competition, the winner was Bill. And Bill said something pretty funny the other day because Bill lost a lot of weight for this competition. And Bill said, yeah, people keep on telling me, boy, you look really skinny. And my response is always, you've not seen me without my shirt on. Which I thought is pretty funny. So the fat guy's thinking, if I just do 10% Diet Coke, that'll curb it somehow. Like I'm having this much.
Yeah, I mean, what's the mindset of that guy?
Maybe he likes the way it tastes.
Well, that could be. My thought is, like, he doesn't want to go cold turkey Diet Coke.
Oh, so he's like
working
scaling
his way down.
I did that with cream and coffee. When I started drinking coffee, it was like so much of that French vanilla creamer. You know what I mean? Like a crazy amount.
Like a little coffee with your creamer.
Yeah. And eventually I was like, that's a lot of sugar and stuff.
Yeah.
So I started scaling down and to where I just have a splash, and now black coffee is just fine. So maybe, and that worked for me.
Yeah.
So maybe that's going to work for the good old
Tubby.
I was going to say Tubby too. Yeah. Boy, great minds.
It's not going to work.
Well,
I wish we had video of it because I wish. My question is, was it like this automatic, like I know what I'm doing, this is my normal thing, or was it like he was doing that and he got to it and he was like, you know what I mean? Like that. All right, I'll put in 10% of the healthy stuff, Because in this guy's mind, like that's made of spinach and broccoli. You know what I mean? Like that's healthy, right?
Well, it's a Diet Coke. Mm-hmm. It's good for your diet.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It's just that Stella thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty funny.
It's very funny. It's really sad, too.
It's very sad.
My daughter.
Now, at a certain point, I think once you go past 50-50, just do 100% Diet Coke.
Yeah,
like, would you ever see a scenario where it's like 90% Diet Coke and then
I used to
treat
drink
myself with a little 10% Coke.
I used to drink Diet Coke, and I'm surprised. So, like, I
think Diet Coke is disgusting.
I got to the point where I liked it, but then you do some research. You're like, this is worse for me. I'd rather drink regular Coke, so I don't drink any of it now. But I didn't. You get to the point where you get used to it. But yeah, like at that point, I don't know. I guess I'd like to see what it tastes like. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's figured something out.
Yeah.
You know. Maybe
he's 800 pounds.
Yeah.
He's probably
He ain't got anything figured out.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
My daughter, Michaela, and I, we were in Columbus today, and while we were eating, we went to the North Market, which is my favorite place in the world to eat. I could spend $300 at the North Market on food. So we're sitting, she's eating ramen noodles, I'm eating some stuff from the meat market there. And we had a whole conversation, and I explained to her how poverty and obesity overlap in our society today, you know? And we spent the morning at this coffee shop in Victorian Village, and I was talking to her about our great city of Marion, Ohio, and how, I said, I'll guarantee you, percentage-wise, there's more obesity and poverty in Marion than there is in the Victorian Village. And she's like, yeah, I guess in the coffee shop today, and there was probably a couple hundred people that went through when we were there. She's like, I don't think I saw one fat person, you know? So we had a whole conversation about that today. So made a lot of sense.
So you're poor. Huh?
So we could do.
I've got like a bunch of
we
stuff.
could move on to the Netflix suggestion. I could tell you the pork rind story.
Well, we got to get this out of the way.
Are we going to give Jesse a Netflix suggestion of the week?
I hadn't thought about that.
We never gave that right to Stella.
That's true.
I mean, if anybody earned it, she did.
Netflix, watch these shows of those. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus.
Listen, I used to think this song was so long, and then I listened to the show on vacation, and I was like, maybe not long enough.
Maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
I'm going to double up what Jesse said.
What did Jesse say?
2 weeks ago, I think.
He just suggests audiobooks.
I know.
That's not in the purview of Netflix suggestion of the week.
Multimedia entertainment.
All right. I'm going to have to change the song. So you listen to the Iceman.
I'm 70% of the way through it.
Okay.
And it's very good.
Yeah.
Now, have you listened to it?
I've not.
The one thing that caught me off guard when they were doing it, it's not a chronological story. They bounce throughout his life, different things, different people, stuff like that. And so it took me a while, like I was trying to follow where they're going with it.
Right.
But the way they tell the story, it's all coming together.
Right.
Very good, very entertaining. It's an 8-hour listen.
Okay.
So it's a full listen.
Yeah. What does that mean? It's a full listen.
Well, I feel like some listens aren't a full listen.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like, it's a full day.
It's like a work day.
It's a work day. 8 hours.
If you want to disconnect from whatever you're doing into...
And I do frequently.
Into another world of murder and mystery.
Yeah.
You can do it for a whole day there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Animal Farm is like a 3-hour listen. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's not a full listen. That's like a half a day listen. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm referring to how much of the day that you're listening to it.
Okay.
So it's on Audible.
Free, right?
If you're a member.
What? Jesse, are you a member?
Yeah.
If I could get that login information.
I only get 1 credit a month.
Now that Stella is gone, are you going to delete all your login stuff?
I'll delete it when God decides it should be gone. Like when I turn on the TV one day and it
wants you to sign back in.
And it wants me to sign back in, I take that as a sign. Don't watch Netflix anymore.
Yeah.
Or buy it on your own. But he has not given me that sign yet. So I actually don't watch Netflix that much.
I don't either.
Yeah.
We could probably give up Netflix.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't.
That's a quick response. I could probably give up Hulu.
Yeah, I hardly ever watch Hulu.
I never watch Amazon Prime stuff.
I'll watch a lot of Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Peacock, Disney.
I do Peacock.
Mm-hmm. Peacock's got the soccer, which is nice.
We did Paramount.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Because of the Lower Decks.
Well, yeah. So season 2 of Lower Decks is out.
I've not watched it yet.
They're doing one episode a week.
Oh, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first one we did it in one day.
Yeah.
The whole season. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's some other decent stuff on Paramount.
Okay.
So anyways.
They've got Champions League soccer, I think.
Yeah.
On Paramount.
I think so.
Which would be nice.
Yeah. Tottenham played today.
So you've got a... Oh, don't tell me.
I don't know. I don't...
You've got a... So you've got a Paramount account?
Yeah.
You think Stella would want to spend the weekend at my house?
Dog sit.
With... Yeah. You know.
Just hang out.
Just... Stella, what's... Is there anything...
Have you ever seen Lower Decks?
Is there... Are you... Could you... I'm just giving her the remote.
Watch whatever you want on Paramount.
Oh, shucks. Nothing else is working, but I just downloaded this app called Paramount. Do you know
what that is?
Have you ever heard of it? I'd be interested just to check it out. You know what I mean? Just see what they got, like to browse it, you know?
What's your Netflix?
All right. My Netflix suggestion can be found on YouTube, which is free. And I have...
With ads.
Well, I don't have ads, so...
Do you pay for no ads?
Yeah, I do.
So it's not free?
Mine's not.
That's like the stupidest thing ever. You won't pay for all of the other stuff.
I don't have to pay for the other stuff.
Because I pay for it. But you pay Netflix or who? Not Netflix.
YouTube. Well, I pay
you pay
Google,
YouTube. You pay Google to not watch ads.
Well, I can also listen to YouTube with my phone off, with my screen off, and I can also download YouTube videos. I mean, all of those things are available, and YouTube Premium content. So, you know.
Okay. Are we YouTube Premium content?
No.
Oh.
No.
We should be.
If there's
What's
money
your
in
Netflix suggestion?
Anyway, it's on YouTube. And I will say, this is a real suggestion. I have watched this. If I had to put a number on it, Jason, a conservative number is I've watched 200 to 300 hours of this.
Oh, wow.
And that's conservative. It might be more than that.
Yeah.
It's a YouTube video called Rainy Night Coffee Shop Ambience with Relaxing Jazz Music and Rain Sounds. It's 8 hours long.
Okay.
And I often turn it on.
Say it one more time.
Rainy Night Coffee Shop Ambience with Relaxing Jazz Music and Rain Sounds.
What's the visual?
8 hours. So it's a coffee shop.
Okay.
Okay.
Like New York City.
Yeah. And there's the counter. You can see the counter. There's some hanging lights. There's some different there's a couple of coffee cups that you can just see some steam coming off of them.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a little bit of like dust kind of particles in the air a little bit. And there's a big picture windows that look out into the street.
Yeah.
And it's raining.
Yeah.
You see the rain's hitting the window, and you can also see the rain falling in the background. And about once every 10 minutes or so, you just see a little person on the other side of the street walking by. You know, now you have to watch it carefully because you hardly ever see that.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you see that happening,
it's a big moment.
It's those are my favorite moments of it.
Yeah.
But
You ever see like 2 people walking?
No, it's only one person.
Okay.
Sometimes they walk in a door like that's on the other side of the street, and sometimes they just walk all the way across the street.
Do they have an umbrella? It's raining.
No, they don't have an umbrella. They're walking kind of like this, like hands in pockets, you know, like hood over kind of a thing, you know. So
like Antifa.
Sure, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not exaggerating. I mean, 200, 300 hours might be conservative. How many hours I've had this on to watch this?
Yeah.
It's one of my go-tos for I'm reading and I just turn something on, or I just don't know what to turn on, so I just turn that on and I just watch it, and it just makes me feel like I'm sitting in that coffee shop.
We do a lot of the ambient worlds.
Mm-hmm. I like ambient worlds.
Yeah, I mean, ambient worlds is great.
My favorite ambient, I don't know, picking my favorite ambient worlds is like kind of like picking my favorite kid. You know what I mean? You know who it is, but you don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
You know, like you with Oliver, you know. So I would say my favorite ambient world is Yoda's hut.
That's a good one.
I like Yoda's hut a lot.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about Yoda's hut is it's all pretty good.
Yeah.
Except I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in the background, in the very back room, there's like a modern day dresser, like a clothes dresser that's got like like gold handles on it. Like it looks like a dresser that's like just in any house today. in this Yoda's hut is like perfect, except why did they put that in the background? So
where does he keep
next time I love Yoda's hut.
Where does he keep his robes?
Well, I mean, I would assume he keeps them somewhere, but not in like
a
dresser that was made at some furniture outlet in the 1980s or something. So anyway, I'm a big fan of Yoda's hut. Some of the Lord of the Rings ones mix in the Lord of the Rings game music, and I don't like that because I don't know that music. I like the Howard Shore themes.
I like the Shire, the Hobbit.
The Shire's good.
That's good.
Shire's good.
I like Dumbledore's Office. Have you done that one?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Harry Potter guy, so that music doesn't do anything for me.
It's pretty good. What's John Williams?
I'm sure it is. He does a lot of Harry Potter stuff, so it must be very popular.
Very, very good. Are we giving Jesse a Netflix?
Jesse, do you have a Netflix suggestion of the week?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Did you come prepared to give it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
see
it's
that.
a bit presumptuous.
On the off
You
chance
just
that you
assumed
allowed me
Okay.
to speak, yes. On Hulu, Last Man Standing with Tim Allen. Right? So Savannah and I have been watching.
Every time I turn on YouTube TV, which I don't pay for YouTube TV, it's Terry's, my father-in-law's. But every time I turn on YouTube TV, it is playing that show. Like, you know what I mean? You just turn it on, something comes on every single time.
It's a great one to play.
I've never watched it. Tell us about it.
It's good. It's a good conservative show. They got booted from, I can't remember what network they were on, but when it was like things were getting real heated politically, they got booted and Fox picked them up. And we watched a couple episodes right after Fox picked them up, and there were several little like stabs at the other network.
Good.
Like, and talking about how, I'm sure some other great network with awesome fans would pick up TV shows. And he makes reference sometimes to his Tool Time days. They're like, why are you always talking about Tool Time? Like, but it's a good one. And
I
the
like
short
Tim Allen.
episodes.
Yeah.
I've seen that show. It's good. I don't watch it, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's good.
I've never. One time I suggested it. Erica and I were in a show hole. I suggested it, and she was like, I don't want to. And that's all it took. I was like, I wasn't that convicted about it, you know?
Yeah.
So, but maybe it's worth it. We're almost in another show hole. We will be pretty soon.
Be strong this time.
I mean, I just don't have the conviction. But if you say it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I mean, is it laugh out? I mean, do you laugh out loud?
There's some
good chuckles.
There's some good chuckles.
Some good chuckles.
Some hearty chuckles.
I think we just found the name of the episode.
So there's some good chuckles.
Some good chuckles. Some good chuckles.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, do you have something, or should I talk
have
about
lots
the
of
pork
things.
rind incident?
I
mean, it was an incident involving a pork rind.
Okay, you do that, and then I'll tell you the conversation about Teddy in the bathroom.
Okay. All right.
It's pretty good.
So, does it involve a pork rind?
No.
Okay. So, I'm walking the dog a lot more now because I don't know, Jesse, if you knew, I live in a loft. You probably wouldn't understand. So, I'm walking the dog a lot now.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I wake up in the morning. Now, every single time I put on my shoes, the dog goes nuts. So now I close my bedroom door to put on my shoes.
Basically, your dog lived outdoors at your house.
Yes, he was outside 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So now whenever he sees me putting on my shoes, he goes nuts because he thinks he's going for a walk. So I go to my bedroom to put on my shoes. If I walk out with my shoes on, he doesn't know the difference. But if he sees me putting my shoes on, he knows it's walk time. So he goes nuts.
Yeah.
So so I'm taking him for a walk, which I do a lot more now. And so, I go different ways, around, and we, let him pee on all sorts of stuff in the neighborhood and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm walking by, if you're familiar with this great city of Marion, I'm walking behind Whitey's. Okay? Whitey's is a bar that I was recently told they sell breakfast at Whitey's. Did you know this? Somebody told me they have really good breakfast at Whitey's.
That's fine.
Who knew? So I'm walking behind Whitey's and kind of behind it towards whatever the street is there. And there's this guy walking towards me. Younger guy, I would say he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
He's got a do-rag on. He's a white fella. Not that it matters, but he is. And
Are you on the north side of the tracks?
Yeah, it's Whitey's, Jason. Okay.
I was just confused.
Wait a minute. Is Whitey's on the north side of the tracks?
I don't know north, south, east, and west.
Oh, my gosh.
Is it on the good side of the tracks?
It's on the better side of the tracks, I suppose.
So it's not. That's what I'm saying.
It's darn close to the not-so-good side.
It makes sense.
Where I live.
It's pretty close to his house, actually.
Yeah.
So,
we're on the good side.
So anyway.
You wouldn't know by all the drive-by shootings at my house, though. That's a different story.
So I'm walking. This guy's walking towards me. a lot of people, when I'm walking Boomer, because Abby puts scarves on him.
Yeah.
A lot of people like Boomer, and they smile at him, and
Yeah.
he's a real jovial, happy dog, and so I'm pretty used to a lot of warm exchanges,
positive interactions
on the streets.
Yeah.
Smiles, hey, that kind of thing. This guy's walking towards me, and he kind of gives me a smile and kind of looks at Boomer. I'm like, hey, good morning. How you doing? And he's walking past me, and so this is me and this is him, and we're walking.
I
past.
get it, yeah.
And right about here, just when he's out of my peripheral, and I didn't say he's eating a bag of pork rinds.
That's important.
This is important to the story.
Okay.
He's eating a bag of pork rinds, and just when we're right about here,
yeah.
a pork rind hits me in the head, and we're 4 feet apart. It's not like he got crazy with his pork rind eating. Dude threw a pork rind and hit me in the head with it.
On a couple different levels, that's kind of impressive. Because how hard do you have to throw a pork rind to go 4 feet in the air?
And accuracy.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe he was trying to throw it at Boomer like here's a snack?
So I want to know the rest of the story.
Well, so.
Paul Harvey this.
The rest of the story.
And now you know.
So.
The rest of the story.
I don't know, Jason. What do you do in that instance? That's partially what I wanted to know. You're walking by this guy, and a pork rind hits you in the head.
What the?
Do you do that?
Maybe.
It just depends on how much time you've spent in Amish country that day.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did I tell my story about being upset driving, doing all this stuff?
Pre-show you told it.
Yeah. Listen. When the blood pressure when my blood starts to boil, things happen.
Yeah.
Things unaccounted for.
Out of your control.
Out of my control. Can't help it.
Uh-huh.
I'm my father's son, and he's the same.
Yeah.
So I think if I'm walking the dog, having a good time, I don't think my blood's boiling at this point.
Okay. So it caught me completely off guard. And so I just, I just turn and look at him like, what the heck, man?
Yeah.
And he gives me this, I'm going to describe it as a devilish smile. Do you know what I mean when I say devilish smile?
Like the Joker.
And he goes, sorry about that. I was like, all right, man, that's okay. No worries. And I just kept on walking.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird.
Yeah. See, it's okay. I feel I'm in the moment.
Uh-huh.
I think I turn around and I follow him.
See, my thing was I'm getting as far away from this guy as possible.
I kind of want to see if he's going to throw it at someone else.
Okay.
How many pork rinds is he throwing at people?
I don't know.
Like, maybe this is his thing.
That's the only reason he bought the bag.
He doesn't even eating them. He's just throwing them at people.
I mean, I'm thinking about like the conversation with Jesse in which like you don't know who a serial killer is. Maybe he's got this thing where he's like, I'm going to throw a pork rind at somebody, and if I say I'm sorry, and if they kind of forgive me, then I'm not going to kill him.
Yeah.
But if they make a deal about it, they're he's the pork rind killer.
Yeah.
This guy. I mean, I don't know.
PRK.
He's the PRK.
He's got a good
So you
brain cell.
follow him to see if he's
throwing them at other people,
Throw
but
'em
maybe
at
not
other
like
people.
directly. Like
Just keep
maybe,
your distance.
Like go ahead and cross the street and go down the other side of the street. Kind of keep them off in your sight a little bit.
Well, I got
Did Boomer eat the pork rind?
No, I didn't. No, I got it immediately. Got as far away as possible. In fact, a police officer pulled up right there, and I almost was like, "Excuse me, officer."
Assault.
That guy threw a pork rind at me.
Assault.
I don't want you to like. I'm not asking you to throw him to jail. Just scare him a little bit. Tell him
talk
not
to
to
him.
do that.
Yeah.
That's mean. It's rude. It hurt my feelings. I mean, So I immediately get as far away from the guy as possible, and I'm keeping my eye on him because I'm like, I don't know, like, is this guy gonna like? Because walking away now, when he was like, gives me the devilish smile and says, sorry about that, and I say, no, it's okay, man, no worries.
Okay,
so I'm thinking, like, I got my eye, like, because I think he might be charging me at any second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might be the calm before the storm or something.
The
so,
PRK.
So and Boomer's not going to do anything about it. He'll
lick 'em.
run away with his tail between his legs, and then that'll be his new master, and be like, fine, I don't care. You feed me, I'll be okay.
Let me outside?
Yeah.
Have you ever had this interaction? There's a short guy here in Marion, white.
I know him.
White short guy.
Got a little hitch in his step.
Carries
He's
his boombox.
always walking. He's always walking, and but I've had this experience twice with him. The first time I was walking by myself, and I saw him stop and pet this medium-sized black dog, jet black, some type of lab. It was a mix, but shorter than the lab but it was a full black lab.
I mean, you're really going out of your way to explain that this was a black dog.
No, this is important.
Okay.
Because he pets his dog, and he goes, my grandmother used to have a dog just like this.
Oh, okay.
And I was just walking, and I was like walking past, and I overheard this interaction.
I see.
So I do my thing. And then a week later, I'm walking the same downtown Marion, going to a food truck, and I have Watson with me this time. Now, Watson is a half Yorkie, half Bichon.
I mean, basically a rat.
It looks like a large rat. Mm-hmm. Pointy ears, lots of hair.
Yeah.
Tiny dog.
Yeah.
Really, really small. Mm-hmm. Same guy walking, stops. Can I pet your dog? Yeah. He goes, my grandmother had us a dog just like this. I'm wondering if that's
his in.
That's his in to start talking to people. Have you had that conversation with Boomer?
Boomer doesn't talk.
I'm wondering if the same guy will approach you about Boomer. This dog looks just like...
I know the guy.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've walked past him, but not while I was walking Boomer.
Okay. I need to know what
if
happens.
I see him in the distance, I'll make my way to him.
Yeah.
And I'll try to make that happen and see if he says the same thing. Maybe his grandma just had a lot of dogs.
It could be.
Some people do.
Yeah. I just thought that was kind of weird. Is there more to your pork rind story?
No, that was it. Oh, well, I went home and I said, girls, come here, okay? From now on, when you walk Boomer, you stay on this road. You don't go that way. You don't follow that way, you know? I don't want you going,
on that side of the tracks.
On that side of the tracks or that side of the building. You stay on the main street where it's lit. And because
lots of traffic.
Yeah.
Don't ever go down an alley with no people.
I've had that conversation with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Marion's not a crazy dangerous place. It's not like there's lots of...
For the most part.
Like, there's not...
There were some shootings this morning.
But there's not like a lot of random crime, I feel like. I feel like most of the crime is targeted. Like, people had a beef, they did something about it, there was a drug incident. I don't think there's a lot... I don't think you hear a lot about, like, innocent child that had nothing to do with, like, any kind of family or anything. Where this,
yeah, I would agree with that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But still, all that being said, I was very explicit with my girls. I said, Levi, go where you want. I don't really care. So...
So Shelby and I are sitting in the living room, and Teddy, we have 2 bathrooms in our house. Mm-hmm. We're one of those families. And
we have 2.5.
What?
I mean, it's a loft, so...
Is it 2 full, 2.5? Like, you got 2 full bathrooms.
And a half. What is going on here, Jesse? Are those your brats?
It's the Indian kids from the 7-Eleven. Can't control them.
Raj,
Gandhi not sitting bull.
Raj, and I don't know any other Indian names. That's the only Indian name I know.
They're all Raj.
Patel.
Yeah.
They're all
Patel, Mr. Patel.
Patel and Raj.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
We have 2 bathrooms, upstairs, downstairs.
Uh-huh.
The upstairs bathroom is the preferred bathroom by everybody.
Yeah.
To sit down and take care of business.
TCB.
I don't know what that means.
Taking care of business.
Oh, yeah. So upstairs TCB.
Uh-huh.
But occasionally, someone's already in the process of taking care of business.
It happens.
So Teddy comes running downstairs into the downstairs bathroom. So someone's upstairs. That's fine.
Yeah.
Goes in the downstairs bathroom, close the door very quickly. Shelby and I, we kind of look at each other and smile because, it's fun.
Yeah. That's fun. Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting there. It's kind of quiet. I think I'm scrolling through Netflix looking for something.
Uh-huh.
And we hear Teddy very loudly. And he doesn't know we're in the... I mean, he doesn't know we're there.
Yeah.
Very loudly goes, "Fire in the hole!"
Yeah.
And that was fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
That was so funny. And he didn't know... That's the whole point. He wasn't performing for anybody.
He was performing for himself.
For himself.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Teddy, more than anybody I know, laughs at himself.
Yeah.
And he's very funny. Teddy's very funny. Mm-hmm. But I think I want to start randomly doing that in public restrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Aaron.
Yeah.
We went to Thurman's, Son of Thurman's, whatever, in Delaware. We were there. And we go out to eat. And, you go into a restaurant and, if you're feeling gassy, you just kind of hold it in because you don't want to be that guy, Jesse's like, I have no connection with that experience at all.
Yeah.
So we're all done eating. Aaron's like, I got to go use the restroom real quick before we walk out or whatever, And I was like, okay. And then I realized I should probably go use the restroom too because I got a long drive. And I'd been holding this gas in the whole time. So I open up the door to the restroom. He's got his back to the wall, peeing in the urinal, and I've been holding one in.
Yeah.
And I mean, full force fury, just let it rip as loud as I could. I mean, it reverberated off the tile in that bathroom. And just to see, and I was quiet afterwards just to see if Aaron would laugh, you know what I mean? And I gave it, just like, because it was like door open, let it go, you know what I mean? And I gave it just like a minute because I then went in the stall and he didn't see me, you know what I mean? And I was like, how's it going, man? Or something like that. And then he starts laughing. He's like, man, I was like, whoa, someone really let it go. He's like, I was actually really impressed. Like, man, so that was kind of a fun little thing that we did,
That is pretty fun. There's, speaking of bathroom, we haven't talked about bathroom in a long time. I had it in my notes. I can't find it here. The record for going to the bathroom for peeing is something like 8 minutes long. An 8-minute pee.
I think that person might have a prostate problem. You know what I mean? Like maybe they just don't have good pressure.
That could be. That could be. But that blew my mind. So it gave me a thought for a show. Probably not next week, but the next 2 or 3 weeks. I would like to do a special Guinness Book of World Records. And we'll break down some of the...
Maybe we could break one of them. I've never peed for 8 minutes, but...
I don't know if I could. I pee every 8 minutes. That's a separate issue.
All right. This is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, Bobo, sit. Good dog.
I've spoken.